Okay, so now we are live on YouTube. So, good morning, everyone. My name is Yasmin, and today I will guide this conversation about dementia. So, before we start, it's important to remember that Talk and Talk is a community where we come to communicate in English, Spanish, Italian, and also French. And important to remember that this is not a class, it's a conversation. So we are not here to teach you, but to help you to improve your speaking skills. And we will not correct you, but you will learn a lot too. So we can start introducing ourselves. So Alan, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, so good morning. For me, it's good afternoon because right now it's 2 p.m. We're here. My name is Alan. I'm from Brazil. I was born in Belém, Pará, but I moved to Campinas lots of years ago. And in 2018, I moved to Portugal, and now I'm living here in Spain. So I'm a software engineer, and I'm here in Talking Talk, trying to boost my speaking English speaking skills. So this is me.
Very good. Thank you so much for sharing about you. And so, as you know, my name is Yasmin. I'm 21. I live in São Paulo. I work as a teacher and what else? Like in my free time, I love to listen to music. So I'm all the time listening to music. So that's it. And the first question is about what do you know about dementia? Like what comes to your mind when you hear like this word?
Yeah, what comes to my mind when I hear the word dimension is the first thing that I think is dementia is a disease, but as we saw in the video, dementia is not a disease, it's more like a consequence from another disease, right? From a disease. And so pretty common. It's pretty common in older people. That's pretty much it. And it's more related to memory. That's pretty much all what I know about dementia.
Yeah, I thought it was like a disease too, but as we saw on the video, it's not. But like something that always comes to my mind is like about when I was at school, because some children use it to always ask, "Oh, do you have a dementia when you did like something wrong or when you were like too slow to do the things?" Yeah. So this makes me like remember about these things. Maybe a person that it's slow or I don't know, don't have like a good memory. So, and what do you think are like the most common causes of dementia? Like something comes to your mind?
Well, I believe that there is not a proper reason that causes dementia. It's more like a genetic issue than something that we can use or something that we do along our lives that cause dementia. What I can say is I've read something related to dementia that as much as you learn something new, the much you learn something new, the less you are about to get dementia. You are about to get some mental disease. That's why, for instance, if you are learning a new language, for instance, so you are training your brain, your mind. So this may or may not avoid that to have some kind of mental health in the future. So that's what I know about the causes of dementia.
Yeah, you said about like genetics, and I totally agree because we know that some people in their family, like everyone, had like Alzheimer too. Yeah, so I think it could be this, and what you said about like exercising, putting
Mhm.
your brain like to work. Yeah. So I think it's really important. And like we are living in a moment that we are not like putting our brain to work, yeah, because like we are doing all the things automatically, and sometimes we don't want to think, we just, oh, I will ask for Google and that's okay.
Mhm.
So I don't know, like sometimes I think that maybe in the future we will have many people with dementia and Alzheimer because of the technology too, you know.
Yeah, we have, for instance, I believe that the last famous example that we have is Bruce Willis. I think so. That he's suffering from a kind of mental disease. I believe it's aphasia, or I don't know what to say in English. So, and I believe that he is a healthy man. So, he worked a lot. I believe that he studied a lot because, he's an actor. So he needs to start, he needs to be active. Even so, either way, he became another victim of mental health.
Yeah, and it's really complicated because it's about what you said. Like, even if you are like trying to keep your brain working, you can be a victim too. And he was like all the day trying to memorize like the things that he needed to say in the movies and things like that. And now he's a victim too. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's a shame because I believe that he's a great actor. So it's a really shame.
Yeah, it is. And so, how do you think dementia affects people's everyday lives?
Well, I believe that dementia doesn't affect only the victim, but also all their relatives. Children, parents, depends on, of course, the person who is suffering from dementia. But I believe that who is suffering from dementia is is becoming more is he starts becoming a baby, as I can say. Because you need to you are gonna need the help to do all your basic things. To take a shower, to go to the bathroom, even to dress you, to put on your clothes. You are gonna need support for that. So it's kind of you are gonna your body, your brain is gonna be your prison. So it's really sad.
Yeah, and I think like when you have someone that have like mental problems, you need to be so patient too. So for people who are like around, it's really difficult to be patient. Yeah. So like my grandmother, she doesn't have like mental issues, but sometimes she's always asking like the same thing, and I always say, but grandma, you ask this now and I said to you. So sometimes I always say to her, oh, you need to do something to exercise your memory, because sometimes you are asking for things that I already said to you. So like,
Yeah.
do have you ever like went through this kind of situation with someone like in your family or someone close to you or not?
No, I've never, I've never had this experience because actually the grandmother of my wife had, because she already passed, but she had Alzheimer, but she was living in Brazil, and so we are not so close. So I I didn't go. through this situation with her. So this is the closest person that I had that was suffering from dementia. Apart from that, so anybody.
Yeah, and I think it's something really sad because, like, this person maybe sometimes they can't remember about like their family too because of the memory, or to do basic things as you said, and you need to help. So
Yeah, I recall that she was forgetting even the name of her granddaughters, grandchildren, you know. So she was needing to ask many times, sometimes, you know, 3 or 4 times in a row to remember what was the name of her grandchildren, because the Alzheimer was so aggressive that she was forgetting basic things.
yeah, and like talking about this, do you think is like different the way that adults treat people with like dementia or Alzheimer and children?
Yeah, I believe that they kind of, you know, I believe. Can you repeat the question, please? Because I
Yeah,
had a
yeah,
cut here.
yeah. Do you think that the way that we as adults treat people with dementia or Alzheimer is different than children treat them?
Okay, got it. I don't think so. I believe that children and adults treat people that are suffering from dementia in the same, exactly the same way. I think so, because you know I believe that even the children can be aware of the situation that they are passing through. You know, I believe that they have this conscious. You know, I believe that they have this belief that anything is not good. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that that's why I think either both adults and children treat people with dementia in the same way.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think maybe they notice, oh, something it's wrong here. And but I think it depends on the age too, yeah. So
Yes.
if they are too young, like they deal in a different way. But I think for us that we understand more, sometimes it's more sad, yeah, to know that the person don't remember about us, or that they can't do the the things that they did in the past.
Yeah.
So the next one we already answered about if dementia is preventable. So we
I
said
think
that
I don't think
it can't
so.
be.
Yeah. Sadly, really sadly, it cannot be prevented. But as I said before, we can try to, do something to at least try to avoid it in a way, but it's not 100% effective. As I said before, you need to keep your mind as active as possible, as much active as possible. But again, Bruce Willis, I believe that he had an active mind. Even so, he's suffering from dementia right now.
Yeah, yeah. I think like it's something that we are not sure if it will works or not. What we are doing. Yeah. So we were talking about this, like to have someone in our family or close to us that have like dementia. So what do you think are the best ways to support someone with dementia?
Well, as you said before, I believe patience is the key. So you need to have patience with these people because you know you need to be very patient because they are I believe that they are not happy in this situation, but they cannot do anything. It's very sadly so. Unfortunately, they cannot do anything, and for sure, they are not happy. The suffering from it. So we need to have patience with them, and we need to be supportive. We need to be, kind with them as well, because I believe that everything they need is love, because they are suffering a lot from it. As I said before, they are kind of prisoners in their own mind. So it's very sad.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Like we need to be so patient. And I think a way maybe to try to study more about what is happening to you, so you can understand more, because sometimes we don't have many like patience because we don't know what is happening. Yeah, so
Mhm.
I think it's important to study more, to learn about the things that you can do. So I I was remembering like about the movie. I forgot how to say in English, but Procurando Nemo,
Ah,
that
okay.
because of the character
Finding
Dory.
Finding Nemo, Finding Nemo. The name in
Finding
English.
Nemo. Yeah, because of the Dory, that some of the animals didn't have so much patience with her. Yeah, so I think it's really important.
Yeah.
And so, what do you think are the most important things to remember when talking to someone with dementia?
Well, you need to remember that he's gonna ask you the same thing lots of times, again and again and again. So you need to have patience with them. Apart from that, you need to be aware that maybe they can say something weird, something odd, or even something that you are not gonna like. It's not gonna be. Maybe it's gonna be a pleasant chat. So, and again, it's not their fault. So they are sick. Because sick is it's a so cruel word, but they are not very well. I believe saying that their employees is better than they are sick. So yeah, you need to be aware of it. Maybe it's not gonna be a pleasant chat. Maybe you are going to you know, give some assistance to them. For instance, maybe they are gonna ask you to go to the bathroom. Maybe they are gonna ask to, ask for some food because they are hungry, or even they can even they are not asked for food because sometimes and it's another consequence from dementia. So you need to be patient, but at the same time, you need to be, you know, you need to be alert for signals. So that's something not so good, and what we can do in this situation. You know, I believe this is kind of what I recommend.
Yeah, I saw that like maybe like someone with dementia, they can lose like interesting for the basic things, as you said, like to do their daily routine. So maybe it's important to try to motivate them to keep doing the things too, because it's important. And I think when it's someone that it was so independent, maybe it's more difficult to deal with, because like when we saw that, oh, this person did everything in the past and nowadays she or he needs help, so I think it's difficult for them to ask for help. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally with you.
And so, well, talking about like the healthcare professionals, yeah, because we know that some people they work with these, and like what do you think are the biggest challenges that they face, like working with people with dementia?
Yeah, I think that it's difficult to the to these professionals, you know, passing through this situation with someone, because in a way they are affected as well. So because the mission is more like, depends, of course, depends on the real cause of dementia, but it's like, it's more like a progressive illness, you know. So maybe today this person that's suffering from dementia is, you know, in a good mood, but you know that in a few days, so this person is gonna be worse and worse and worse, and you know that um, you're gonna reach a day that you need, you're not gonna see this person anymore, you know. So I believe that it's so hard to them to face it, you know, to follow, not to follow, but to stay alone with a person that you know that in a few days or in a few months will not be there with you anymore. So I think it's really sad for these professionals, you know.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And you saying about this made me remember about like nursing homes, like asilos. And I want to know what's your opinion about like putting parents or people like from your family in a nursing home. Do you think it's something good to do? What's your opinion about this kind of place?
Well, I think that depends on the nursing home, you know. If it is a place where this person, this, you know, your relative will be well supported, I don't see, I don't think this is a bad decision. But on the other hand, you know, if you are putting your parent in a, you know, in a people, I don't know how to say, but people box people. So stuff, only to put them there and to this, I, okay, man, it's not so good. So it's so cruel, you know, because I believe that, as I said before, if you are going to put you, if you are going to leave your parent in a nursing home that you treat them good, I believe it's better to them than stay at home with nobody, because there at least they are going to have some social, social interaction with others, with other patients, with other professionals. They are going to, you know, have some tasks, so you know, stuff like that. So I believe that they are going to be more active than being stay at home. That's my position. That's what I think about.
Yeah, I think the same. I was talking like to my mother about this, and she was saying, "Oh, I prefer that I stay like in a nursing home because I will have this interaction with other people. So I think it's really important, but it's what you said, like it's important to be like a good place too, because we know that some places they don't treat like elderly people in a good way.
Yeah.
So and it's important to don't forget too about them, yeah, because some people they put their parents there and they totally forget.
Yeah, that's it. Like I said before, it's more like a box. You are going to put your parent in a box and forget that they exist and leave them in a shed or stuff like that. So it's so cruel.
Yeah, it's important like to find a place that is capable to treat them in a good way, but you are like their
And
child. So
yeah, you're another piece of this treatment.
yeah, that's it. So, and what about how do you think dementia affects a person's ability to make decisions?
Well, I believe that it depends on the level of dementia. I believe that early stages, I think that people uh, still manage to make decisions in the early stages, but as the mission is are going to progress, as the mission progresses, I believe that this capacity of making decisions are going to be are will decrease. So that's what I think about it. Depends on the level of dementia.
Yeah, I think so too. And like, do you consider that are you a good person at making decisions?
Well, depends on the decision. Sometimes yes, sometimes I need to, I need to ask for some help. Maybe we need to make decisions as a team. Maybe we need to make decisions as a family. So not every time you are the only one that need to make decisions to everyone. But I believe that, as I said before, depend on the situation. If I know that I have plenty of capability, to make the decision, I believe that I can handle it. But there are lots of situations that I need to for some help. I don't
Yeah.
have all this knowledge.
Yeah, sometimes we really need help. And is there someone that is like always the first person that you ask for help when you need to make a decision?
Well, depends on, as I said before, depends on what this decision is affect. For instance, if we are talking about decisions related to my work, uh, well, I'm gonna ask for help to my closest peers. At home, of course, I'm gonna ask help for my wife. Maybe I don't know, maybe I'm on the street and I'm facing some situation that's not so good, so we need to make a decision. So I'm gonna ask for help to anyone that believes is more capable to make this decision. Depends on the situation. So i don't I don't believe that there is only as a single answer for it, for this for this question.
Yeah, I think it really depends on the situation. Like when I'm thinking about like friendships or relationships, I always ask to my mother because I think she has more experience with this. And when I'm thinking about like my career or about like buying something new, I always ask for my dad because like when I want to do something, he always like motivate me. So I I think these are like the two people that I always ask when I need to make a decision.
Yeah. Yeah. Your closest relatives, right?
Yeah,
So
that's
the people
it.
that you trust the most.
Yeah, that's it. And so talking about, like, we talked a lot that we need to exercise our brain, that we need to do the things to memorize. So what do you do to train your memory nowadays? Or what would you like to do?
Well, right now, as I said before, I believe that learn a new language helps a lot. Right now I'm learning two languages, and I'm kind of learning three languages right now, apart from my mother language, but it doesn't count. And I try to keep my mind active, taking some other classes more related to my work, because I'm a software engineer, so I need to be up to date, because this area uh, grows a lot every single day. So I need to. I'm well, to summarize, I'm always studying. Every single day I'm studying. If I'm not studying, I'm watching some movie that I believe that is interesting. Read some book. I always try to keep my mind active. So that's my opinion about it.
So, like, do you consider that you have like a good memory, that you are always remember about the things?
Well, I believe that I have a good memory, but my memory only works when I keep this information in my mind. When I manage to keep this information in my mind, because it's a process. I cannot say that, okay, I'm gonna read a book right now and I'm gonna remember everything in this book, after the first time that I read it. So I'm lying. So I need, to study, to try to understand what this book is saying, and stuff like that. So it's a process. I believe that memorization is a process. It's not there. I don't believe that there is a magic solution for it.
Yeah, I think like we need to show to our brain, oh, this information is really important, so you need to keep this
Yeah.
information with you. Yeah. So yeah, like for me it's really difficult. I don't have a good memory. Like I'm all the time forgetting about the things, and like when I need to go to the supermarket, I need to like make a list because I always forget something. So sometimes I'm trying to go without a list and trying to remember all the things. So when I can do this, oh my God, I feel so happy. So, but
Yeah,
I think,
it happens. Sorry. Go
no, go
ahead.
ahead.
No, okay. I was saying that it happens to me a lot, because even because right now I need to switch my language lots of times in a day. So there are situations that I remember the words in English, but I don't remember in Portuguese, and in the other way around. So yeah, every time, sometimes I remember the word in Spanish, but I don't remember in Portuguese. But I remember in English and Spanish. So there's a mess. Sometimes it's
Mhm.
difficult to handle with lots of information at the same time.
Yeah, I know what you are talking because this happens to me too. So, and I think it's a consequence of knowing like more than one language. So, and some people, I think here in Brazil, like when you say, "Oh, I don't remember this word in Portuguese," they say, "Oh, but how don't you remember?" So
Yeah.
they feel that you are, I don't know how to say this.
Try to
Eh,
be superior. You are trying to be
yeah,
superior.
yeah, they think this. So, and like as you work with technology, I want to know, like, how do you think the technology impacts our memory nowadays?
Well, again, depends on what you are consuming from this technology, you know. So when it comes to internet, I believe that you have good path and not so good path, you know. So I believe that depending on the way that you are consuming the internet, your perception or your knowledge or your memory, you're gonna be affected in a good or in a bad way. So that's my opinion.
Yeah, I think it depends on the way that you are using the technology, yeah, because you are using in a way that you are becoming more lazy. So
Yeah,
you are using like in an automatical way, yeah. So and
yeah. For
when
instance, I believe that nowadays. Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
Well, I believe that nowadays, this generation is not go. This generation is not going to the libraries, for instance, as the generation before used to go to the library, even to to search for some test for for school or for university, stuff like that. So I believe that, and with this ChatGPT right now, so everybody, not everybody, but lots of people are using it to cheat, using it
Yeah.
to, to do your homework. And so, as I said before, depends on how do you use this technique. So I'm not saying that ChatGPT is bad, but I
Mhm.
believe that you need to use it in a good way. Otherwise, you are going to be laziest and laziest, and that's it.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend about ChatGPT too, and I think it's a really good technology. It can help you a lot, but you can't be addicted
Yeah,
to this technology. And you need to know that you need to try to use your creativity too, because if we are always depending on technology too, we don't like we are not creative people.
yeah.
So
Some days ago, I read an article that was saying that nowadays the youngest people, from 12 to 15 years old, more or less, they are not even using Google anymore. They are searching for, whatever they want to search on Instagram. So it's, for me, it's so weird. You are going to
eh,
search information on Instagram. Okay, man. So
yeah,
it's not.
or on TikTok, yeah, because something that I always like hear, oh, I saw on TikTok that, and I was, oh my god, but why didn't you like search to see if this information is right?
Yeah, it's secure, right? It comes from a secure source, from a trustable source.
Yeah, that's it. I think sometimes because of the technology too, we see an information and we totally believe in this information, so we don't search to see if it's really the true.
Yeah. So this is the real danger nowadays. You are going to start to think in something that you don't know if it's true, but you are going to start to believe in it like a papagayo. I don't know how to say it but you're going to repeat and repeat and repeat like
Yeah.
a part bird.
Yeah,
Which is
that's
true.
it.
So it's complicated.
It's really complicated. And so we can go to the last question. What are the most common diseases to appear when you are getting older?
Well, I think that Alzheimer is one of them. So I believe that diabetes is another one. Even though nowadays, yeah, it is even more youngest people are suffering from diabetes nowadays because this is another topic. I believe it's more related to food, to what they are eating, than to genetic issues. But okay. And besides, I believe that disease related to maybe muscles and vision and stuff like that. I don't know if
Yeah.
I'm forgetting something.
Yeah, you said about like muscles, and I was thinking about like the bones, because like
Yeah,
my grandma, she has like some problems because like her bones are weak, so she had to make like a
yeah,
lot of surgeries. So I think this is a consequence of our the things that we eat too. Yeah.
yeah, but not only. I believe it's not only related to aliment to the food, but it's also related to if you are an active person as well. So if you are, if you are get some walk regularly, if you are, doing some exercise and stuff like that. We need to exercise ourselves regularly. Otherwise, we are going to suffer from several disease when we are getting older.
Yeah, I totally agree. And we need to have a balance, yeah, because sometimes, oh, I am taking more care of my body, but I totally forget about my memory. So
Yeah,
you have like a good physical health, but what about your mental health?
yeah. And mental health, it's not only related to memorization, but I believe that it's also related to having a good relationship with your friends, with your parents, and stuff like that. So you need to do things that really that you really enjoy. For instance, if you enjoy reading a book, so go read as many books as you can. So if you enjoy watching a movie or TV series, go and do that stuff. So we need to, we need not only try to do these difficult difficult tasks related to exercises and memorization, need to study, but you need to do something. You need to do things that we really enjoy to do. You know, stuff. That's what I believe.
Yeah, I totally agree with you because sometimes we are just doing the things that we don't like. So we are not enjoying our life too. Yeah, we are just spending time with the things that maybe we really don't like to do.
Yeah,
So,
you need to have some hobbies. So if you like to go to the beach, you go to the beach. So if you like to talk with your friends, so go and catch up with them. I believe it. That's it.
yeah, very good. And what are your hobbies?
Well, right now, as I said before, I love watching movies. So I'm a huge super superhero movies fan. So besides, I love to watching animes. So right now I'm watching Demon Slayer, so which I really recommend. So I love this anime. I was watching Attack on Titans before, so I really recommend this anime as well. And I right now here. we are we are on the summer, so I like to go to the beach because of this hotter days, because the winter here is so difficult. Yeah, I believe that I love to go to the cinema to watch some movies with my family and stuff like that. So that's it.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I think it's really important to have this kind of hobby so you can enjoy people around you too. So, yeah, I think